Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Advice to Think Twice. My name is Monica and I'm here with your general bi-weekly tarot and psychic readings. And so we're going to have the tarot reading in the first portion and then the psychic reading in the second part of the video. And I will be using the After Tarot deck. And for the psychic messages, I will be using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Very beautiful cards. So doing the tarot reading first, and then we're going to pick a card to start off our channeling, and then we'll see what messages we get for everyone. Thank you very much for joining me. Please do bear in mind that these are general readings, so they may not make sense to everyone because they're not going to apply to everyone, or not in the same way with them being general. But you can watch your moon and rising sign readings for additional messages, and if you're interested in a private reading, all the links you need are in the description box below. And we're running specials, so special offer readings, so if you're interested in getting a reading, those are available as well on the specials page of my website, also in the description box below. So there you go. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoy your readings and that you have a wonderful time ahead, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Take care.
Hi Capricorn, and welcome to your reading. So we have a bit of an interesting reading here for you. I'm going to show you the cards and then take you through them. What's interesting is that, first of all, you have 3 kings and the Emperor in your reading, and the Temperance card came out reversed, and I don't have reversals in this deck. So at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Emperor as your overall energy. Your other cards here are the King of Wands, the Justice card, the King of Cups, the King of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and Temperance reverse. This is it upright. Okay, so some of the more obvious answers here, or scenarios, are you have to choose between a lot of different men in your life. And I feel like, this could be with love, absolutely, with the Ace of Cups here, but it could also be with partnerships for business. This could also just be talking about a fire sign and a water sign for you to choose from. Or this is what you're dealing with. You could be going from one to the other. So one could be your ex and the other one could be your current partner or your future partner. Water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Fire signs are Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. With the Justice card here, it could also be some legal battles, and I feel that this could be some sort of a fierce legal situation. This could be also where you're dealing with your bosses, so you have a lot of conversations with your bosses or even authority figures, and that could be police, or it can be government officials as well. This could also represent gatherings of influential people, or you needing to go to a group of influential people for answers, for support, for resources. For some of you, I feel like you're joining a law firm, okay? And these are the people you're working with, and they're all very strong attorneys. For those of you, this does represent feeling you're dealing with, or you're being influenced by male energies at this time. So you could be feeling a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more impatient, proactive, not taking no for an answer, prone to, losing your temper quicker than what you would usually do. For some of you, this is a paternity situation. I feel that you may be going to court or involving the authorities in terms of determining or proving paternity for a child. That's kind of interesting. With the Temperance card reverse, I do feel like this is news finally coming to you. I feel that you may have been going from one place to another, dealing with a lot of different people, and they've been kind of bouncing you around in terms of, no, this is not where you need to be, you need to talk to that person. And then you go to that person and that guy says, no, you have to go talk to that individual, I can't help you here. And I feel like you're finally seeing justice be served. You're finally receiving what you were asking for, and something that you've had to wait a long time for. I do see, again, a lot of either dealing with official people, government officials. This could be a team of doctors coming together to look at your case. This could be a team of lawyers. So you need a team of people for a fierce legal situation to be handling your case so that you get the outcome that you want out of this situation. It could be that a fire sign is causing you trouble, Sagittarius in particular. And maybe this person took you to court. I feel like this person may also have a problem with you or an obsession with you. I feel you may have said no to this person in one circumstance or another, and they're not happy about it, so they're just kind of raining punches on you, is what expression I'm getting. But they just want to hurt you, basically. I feel like it's, legal situations. Hopefully this is not physical, but protect yourself just to be sure. And get yourself help, legal help. Okay, for others of you, I feel like this is dealing with a lot of different opinionated people. You may be planning a move or a wedding, and you're dealing with a lot of different people, and they all have very strong opinions, and they're acting as if it's their wedding, not yours. I do feel like you're going to have to put your foot down with the Emperor here, and you will have to say, okay, well, you're here to help me because this is my wedding. I appreciate your support. However, I have the final say. Because otherwise, things are just going to go all over the place, and it's going to turn into arguments, conflict, tension, egos, battling it out, and just not why people came there in the first place. I feel like this could be some bachelor party for some of you, and it's a surprise. I feel like it's one of those things where they kidnap you, so to speak. Your friends kidnap you to take you to your bachelor party. So for some of you, that's what's going on, and this could be bachelor and bachelorette. I suppose it is a general reading. For some of you, this is a choice between love or career. And it's a big choice, and it's going to affect your life for a long time to come. So I feel that you're trying to take your time, but you don't have any more time to decide. You have to decide now. For some of you, I feel like this could be people coming at you claiming they have some sort of right to your money, to your estate, or stuff like that. And I feel that you have your trusted attorney by your side, and they're going to sort this issue out. I feel like there may be someone claiming you're the father of their child. And again, kind of going back into the paternity issue. I feel like this could also be interviewing for a very big job, or a very important job, like with a lot of power, with a lot of authority. Heading a company comes up here for some of you, because you have the kings and you have the emperor who's above the kings. I do see you speaking directly to clients, big clients, during this time. You could be looking at a house move, and this could be just conflict in the family in terms of which direction to go in. You do have the opportunity to start a new relationship during this time, but you must take action. So when you see kings, it's all about taking action, being proactive, going for it, making stuff happen. So I feel that it's imperative that you take action on what you want during this time frame, especially if it's about a new relationship. If you're trying to move, I feel that if you just take matters into your own hands and you get involved a little bit more, you can make this happen a lot quicker than if you just sit back and just wait for stuff to come up. And I do see settlement, so child support, alimony, compensation that you've asked for. I do see that coming to you. You do need to have a good lawyer by your side, because the other party will have a really good lawyer. So just keep that in mind. And for some of you, I do feel like you are, like this is a fierce battle because you are rejecting, or the other person is rejecting, an offer of a settlement that is made because it is not what you deserve. Okay, and so I feel like it could turn into something that can be a little bit dragged out, and I feel like it will go up a notch where they will be a lot more aggressive with their approach. So just be aware of that. Or this is you who needs to be a little bit more aggressive with your approach. And I do feel that for some of you, you will you're looking at a promotion, being the victor. If it's a contest or a competition for a big role or a promotion that is significant, I feel that you will be victorious throughout this. You do have to stay above board because the other competitors are going to try and cut each other down. And if you stick to your guns and you keep everything above board, I feel that you will be rewarded for it. And you will have the opportunity to lead a team, a department, a company, a big project. And I feel like this could be a really big opportunity for you because it will open up new doors. So don't be afraid to take the leadership role, okay? To take the role of the leader and to manage your resources the best way you know how, because I feel that a lot of people are paying close attention to see what you're going to do with this opportunity. Your card for psychic messages, we have 21, cleaning it up. So you can pause the video and just take a look at the card, take it all in, the words, the numbers, the colors, the images, and see what it tells you directly. And that way you can get a clear, direct message from your guides through the card. And again, pause the video if you feel you need to. I do feel like this is a situation where you will be called to sort out an issue that was caused by people going head to head. So people with big egos causing issues, and you have to clean it up. For those of you, I do see you going out on your own, so starting your own business, taking charge of your career, and looking at what you need to do at this time to make sure that your career is going in the direction that you want it to go in. I feel that you may clarify or receive clarity, so the truth being revealed with a situation in your life at this time. I do feel like something you've been waiting for a really long time is coming to you. With the number 3, I do see you making progress. I do see you getting to a position where you're confident about the future, or you're planning the future, and you're looking at the details of how to get from where you are to where you want to be. I do feel like you're trying to have a bird's eye view on things and keep the bigger perspective in mind, so that you don't get lost in the details, so that you have a clear road ahead of you. For some of you, I do see making amends, or where either you have to make amends to someone, or someone has to make amends with you. But it's one of those situations where it's like, tell me what you want me to do for us to be okay, and I will do it. For some of you, I feel that you may be going back into the workforce. If you've taken time away for whatever reason, or if you've been working for yourself for a while and now you have to go back into the workforce, I feel like you may be intimidated. I feel that you may feel out of place. You may feel like an outsider, like you don't belong there. You may feel like people are aggressive towards you. If this is the case, just remember that you need some time to adjust to your new circumstances, especially if you have gotten used to being your own boss. You may be, having difficulty taking orders or dealing with, people of authority, where you have to answer to these people and you have to do what they tell you. And so try not to clash with figures of authority during this time. I do see you sorting through something. So you're either sorting through your paperwork, you could be doing your taxes, you could be making sure that you have everything you need in a file when you submit the file for a loan, for an approval, for a legal case, for a medical situation. I feel like you're sorting through and you say, okay, this is out of date, this is out of date, I can keep this, I can use this, I need to replace this, and so on and so forth. I do see you editing, or you're taking a role or taking a position with an editor or with a publisher, or you're doing proofreading, working on layouts, on a paper or something you're about to publish, putting together, the final touches, the final details, where, putting together the look of that article or presentation, whatever that is. I feel that you may be dealing with legal situations where you do have to know what you're talking about, and you do have to put together a presentation that is easy to follow, gets to the point quickly, and gets you the answers that you're looking for. And this could be with a job role as well, where you're dealing with a lot of important people and they do not have time to waste. So I do see you going through a presentation and thinking, this is detailed, I need to take this out, this is not exactly relevant, I don't want to waste these people's time, because they don't have time to waste. And that is a good approach. If you do get time, as in a meeting with a figure of authority, in whichever way that applies to you, they probably have other stuff to do. So if you do get that time, make the best of it, and you do that by sticking to the facts, being short, concise, to the point, asking for what you want, telling them why they should give it to you, and what you plan to do with it, or anything like that, and that's it, okay? Because I feel like that kind of an approach will get you a lot further than making a very, putting together a very busy presentation with lots of images and lots of paragraphs and lots of writing and I feel like people are not going to be able to follow that. And that could be with anything really that you have to prepare a paper or a presentation for. For some of you, I do feel like you're going back to teaching. And for those of you, I do see you digging through to find the truth. So this could be, I don't know, digging through information you have, or paperwork you have, or pictures or memories or journals or anything like that. I feel that you're digging through something to get to the truth, and you will find the truth. I do feel like you're under pressure or dealing with a time crunch or deadlines, and it does feel like presentations or exams or submitting something, a paper or documentation or anything like that. And it is important that you have a list, okay? Make sure you have a list to follow so that you don't forget anything, or you put stuff in there that is not going to help you, or it actually may cause you trouble. I do see you taking someone else's position. I don't feel like this is intentional where you steal their job. I feel like this is just an opportunity that presents itself, and so you find yourself in a new role, and you do things very differently than the person who used to have that job before you would do things. And so I feel that you, and again, this is like heading a department or dealing with the finances of a company or anything like that, where you have to keep files up to date and detailed. And I feel that you are taking on this new role, and you start to go through the paperwork and the files of your predecessor, and just making sure that everything's in there, making sure that you are up to date with everything that you have to be up to date with, making sure that you're compliant, familiarizing yourself with what is in those files, and so on and so forth. But I do see like problem solving, or taking on a role as a solutions engineer, or getting yourself in a situation where you have to clear stuff up, you have to sort things out, you have to solve some problems, and it could just be a role where you just go into a place of business or someone else's house or anything like that, and you organize their stuff where everything has a place, everything's out of the way, and you can get rid of what they don't need. So it can be something like that as well, okay? So it can go from something like that level up to dealing with corporations, and you do that for a corporation. Okay, so these are a few of the messages coming through for you. I'm really looking forward to your feedback. Let me know how these cards apply to you, how the messages apply to you. If they do, this is an interesting reading, so I do look forward to your feedback on it in terms of what this is for you, or what you may be dealing with that rings bells when you hear the reading. Remember to watch your moon and rising sign readings for additional messages, and I hope you have a wonderful time ahead. Thank you for joining me, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Take care.